Good morning. This is our check-in video for Module 2, American Revolution. First, this morning I would like you to check your grades and make sure that everything is accounted for. If you find a discrepancy and would like to discuss it, just email me, call me, text me, or Skype me. I just want to make sure that everyone is on the same page before we receive the midterm examination next Thursday evening. Okay? Secondly, I just want to let you know that I was really intrigued with your work last week. Relative to the questions that I posed and the answers I read, I'd like to draw your attention to the Lenox Lounge's entries on Bishop Bartolome de las Casas. The bishop basically argued against the enslavement of the indigenous, also known as Indians, and suggested that Africans be selected for the optimal slave for the transatlantic slave system. While he regretted his suggestion and recanted it on his deathbed, that really the damage had already been done. And this is very important because it's a primary document that historians can refer to. Many of the other reasons that you put forth were valid as well, and I was very pleased to see them posted. Hopefully you read all of them so that you can get a fuller picture as well. And this is why it's crucial, not just for this week, but for all the weeks, that you peruse your classmates' posts. Okay? Also relative to last week's coursework, on skin color, it's important to at least contemplate which came first, chattel slavery or racism, also known as ethnic chauvinism, against Africans. I have my own opinion on this, as I'm sure you do. Hope you do. You can probably glean from the way that I presented the information which school of thought I fall into on this historical question. Just as I said with regard to the creationism versus evolution issue, you can believe that slavery already existed first and then came racism, or that it occurred simultaneously like other colleagues have. But just, you have to make sure that you can historically back up your argument. My question, if you believe the aforementioned, would be that if you think skin color or ethnic chauvinism did not come first, then why do we have white or European hegemonic legacies that continue to rage today? Some examples that we've discussed in previous classes, in my face-to-face classes: Band-Aids, makeup, cosmetics, hair products, nude nylons, undergarments, skin-colored crayons, etc. This is a time where I'd love to be in a room with all of you to discuss these points in person so that you can see the person's face, hear their voice tones, and read their body language. But alas, this is an online course, and we have to make the most of it. And I think we're doing a pretty good job. Third, we have just finished our first week of Module 2, which treats colonial and revolutionary African and African-American experiences. We've eased into the module with a simple viewing of the first installation of Many Rivers to Cross, the Black Atlantic. And this should have been, for you, an excellent review of what we've just covered, and then launches us into the Afro-American experience. I believe it to be a great foundation for this week's coursework. Fourth, I'll be reissuing my post-module 1 survey, as I cannot retrieve information that you posted. I thank the 10 students who did post, and I apologize to ask you to do it again. However, I will choose a different manner so that I can readily gain access to your feedback, rather than jump through all the Blackboard technical hoops at this time. So stay tuned with that request, which will probably come to you through email and an announcement. Please try to answer my questions so that I can go into Module 3 with your feedback in mind, and thanks in advance on that. Fifth and final for today, please know that once we wrap up Module 2 next Thursday evening, I will be posting our midterm examination, and I really look forward to reading your work for this week as well as your midterms. Please do not fret about the exam. You should do just fine, as you have everything at your perusal, and I will always be available should you have any questions or concerns. And then finally, if there's anything that I can do to ensure that you have access to all the coursework and to make sure that you're progressing well in our course, do not hesitate to call me or get in contact with me. Also, please note my phone number changed. I got a new cell phone, finally. It's still a dumb phone, but not a smartphone. It's 228-1642. And thanks, and have a great October weekend.